to summarize this AMA, first of all, we're going to talk about the current market situation. How is everything going? Then we're gonna talk about the projects cycle. Different projects that made it to success, their cycle, and how we're very very similar and look like this project actually in the long term. And then we're gonna talk about our building strategy. Then we're gonna talk about the DEX, the first ever DEX with an order book on the Ethereum blockchain world. That's something that we're going to be talking about a lot with all the functions that we're going to be adding. We're going to be talking about the new liquidity pool. We're going to be talking about the mobile app. And then we're going to be breaking down the release of the first phase of our DEX that will be released a few hours after the AMA. The first ever DEX with the order book will be out, guys, today. So do stay with us so we can do this breakdown together. All right, so let's jump on right away and start. And let's talk a little bit about the current market situation and everything happening right now. You guys probably are witnessing, like everybody, what's happening right now. The crypto markets have been really extremely volatile in the past week. A lot of things happened. A lot of things changed. You all guys saw the issue that happened with Luna and Terra blockchain, and on everything that moved around it. So we're going to be discussing about that a little and see how it relates actually to position exchange and what we can learn from that and give you guys an idea about how different we are. These last week, presented users and projects with a lot of, with a new set of different challenges. And it took a lot of projects through like a rough testing of sustainability. A lot of projects died during this actual issue that happened lately with Luna. As you can see, the UST got depegged, and then the Luna crashed until it actually mostly died. $400 billion in actually value was lost, gone in vain in the market, and a lot of changes. So this period actually took through a test a lot of projects. A lot of projects did not survive. Many short-term projects have actually seen a really, really subsequent downfall. But other projects with longer vision and real utility product actually have preserved, and they resisted to the downtrends. And this is what we're doing in position exchange. We have always, guys, proclaimed that position exchange is a long-term project. We're not a short-term project. Again, we're not here for the next few weeks or the next few months. We're here for the next decade. We have the team for that. We have the spirit for that. We have the ambition, and we're going to be keeping building. And guys, it's an automatic thing that once we build the product the user actually need and people use, this product will bring people automatically to our product, raising the interest around position exchange and also raising the interest around POSI. So this is our strategy. It's always been the same since the beginning. Don't focus on what's going on in the market. Focus on building products people need and people use. Unique products that make a lot of noise, that actually have a real utility. So when there is a crash, when there is a breakdown that actually happens, your project doesn't, is real, is strong, is solid, and will stay there. Okay, so we do have a very extensive roadmap of real utility project that we're preparing. We've always shared that with you guys, and one of the most important thing in this and these features is the DEX, our first ever DEX with an order book on the Ethereum blockchain world. It's very unique, and it's going to allow people to trade with different functions that we're going to be talking about and briefing out later. So let me continue talking about the market situation. So in position exchange, guys, we believe that adapting to the market conditions and situations is crucial actually to the project developments and growth. So we always value, guys, your insights. We've always said that the community insights are very important to us as Position Exchange. We like to listen to you. We like to hear from you, and we like you guys to participate, in shaping the future of this project, and also participate in its development and participate in the growth of Position Exchange. After all, this project is going to be fully governed by the community. It's going to belong to the holders. As you know, the governance V2 will be out actually in this queue. And then in the governance V2, you guys can propose changes, can discuss deals, can discuss partnerships, can vote in a forum page that's going to be like the compound finance governance that we're going to be bringing to you. And the project from there on will be 100% governed to the community. This project will really belong to the community. This is how this project is special. We do not control. As you guys could see, what happened actually in Luna and the Terra blockchain, they have like horribly managed the recovery plan. They as you guys could follow, they UST the pact, and then it crashed Luna because the mechanism to generate the UST was to burn Luna, and then after this thing happened, they got attacked. They tried to go with a recovery. The recovery plan, went horribly wrong and made Luna even crash worse. Why again? Because again, the Terra blockchain is not managed by the community. The community is just there to participate, to in the develop and the daily transactions and operations. But the community in Terra is not there to decide, or neither to actually, have a real say in the blockchain. And that's what we're changing. And with Position Exchange, we're actually trying to push the concept of decentralization to its limits. We want to have a real decentralization, no central entity that actually is controlling Position Exchange. We're not going to have that. Position Exchange will not be controlled by the co-founders, the core team, the developers. Position Exchange belongs to the users. And guys, this is the key point. This is what will make us different in the future, and this is what will attract a lot of people. We don't only talk about decentralization like everyone does. PancakeSwap, for instance, they talk about decentralization, but in reality, they are centrally managed. In Position Exchange, no, we don't talk. We do. We apply. Decentralization is the future, and trust me, after this thing with Luna, a lot of people could start thinking before investing their money. They will start thinking, who are they investing in? Who are the people behind this? They will be careful right now because people lost millions of dollars. I know some people that lost actually millions of dollars. So it was not easy for them. So I think from now on, people will be very careful in choosing the project and moving on with these projects. And what I'm saying is, in Position Exchange, people won't have to worry about who is centrally managing actually Position Exchange. No one. There's no person, no central entity. It's everybody, every Posy holders. And I think this is the tick that's going to make us really go to the roof and make this project actually very, very special. And as we promised, this will be delivered. Position Exchange will be 100% managed. So a platform, guys, will be available to you very soon. A governance platform. For example, you can discuss the new partnerships. You can discuss the new listings. You guys can vote for change the website, vote to add pools, vote to add features, discuss like a new change in the design of the website. Everything will be managed by the community, by Posy holders. The more you hold, the more your voice actually will be very heard. And this will not only be for Position Exchange, the project, but for the Posy blockchain as well. It will be completely decentralized and completely managed by the community. So this is about the current market situation, what happened for the Terra blockchain. So in Position Exchange, like I said, we always try to adapt and understand. And again, we see how decentralization is very important, how governance, how giving the voice to the users. The users are more concerned than the developers because the users lose millions of dollars when a crash like that happened. Developers, they already made a lot of money probably. And the real people who are concerned are not developers. They're the users. They're much bigger than the developers. But a lot of projects, unfortunately, do not understand that. They think they are bigger than their community, and they think they can decide and do whatever they want in Position Exchange. We do not do that. All right, so this is about the current market situation, a little brief. As you can see, Posy held actually pretty well to the crash again, because I think a lot of people started to understand the long-term vision behind Position Exchange and what we're trying to accomplish. Guys, we are not going anywhere. Bear market, bull market, doesn't matter for Position Exchange team. What matters for us is building. So you can trust and really rely on this project, on the spirit behind this project. It's unlike any other. 80% of the community of the tokens, the total supply, belongs to the community, and this is very special. Governed 100%, governed also by the community. And this, you guys will sense it once the real products are out. Once more people will be coming, you will sense that, and we're going to be starting to make a lot of noise. All right. So this is about the current market situation and all the developments. Now, let's talk a little bit about the cycles of the project, like I promised, right? Guys, if you take a look right now, go to the top, let's say, 50 project on Coin Market Cap. If you can go right now, take a look right now. You will see that the most successful project, let's say like Binance, KuCoin, Axie Infinity, or these projects that made it to the top and they are right now strong. They all needed like from 2 to 3 years to become really significant. They did not appear out of the blue, out of the black, and be like, well, we're big right now. No, they all spent a few years trying to develop, and they all have a very, very similar chart, where the price actually, when at the launch goes up, and then it goes down, and then it's stable for some time until real products are out in the market, and then it starts picking up, and the product actually, and the price start growing up, because the value of the project is what matters, not the current price, the value of the products. Are you building the right products? Are you building unique products that's going to be there and going to be used for the next 5 years? Or are you building a small platform with no products and just something that is there to last for the next 2 months? So what we do in Position Exchange, as you saw, we're building the future. We're pushing the concept of decentralization, and we're going on with our unique decentralized trading protocol that we're going to be actually more developing, more and bigger, and preparing for the trading competition and the DEX. This DEX is going to be very, very special, guys, that we're not bringing you something you see like on a daily basis. This is the first ever DEX out there with a full order book on the Ethereum blockchain world, following the Ethereum actually algorithm. All right, so again, Axie Infinity, for example, they needed 3 years of development to become big. In Position Exchange, we're following the same path. We have a very, very similar, let's say, a chart, actually, a thread, and then we're going to be following that. And now, soon, the real products, the real utility product, are going to be dropping out, and you guys will see that, it's going to bring more people. Slowly, more and more people will be using our very unique DEX and our very unique trading protocol. And then when people use, they put value in the products, and more people bring more people, and more trading brings actually more fees to the project. And then hence, automatically, this will drive the price of the token to go up. This is something that's actually automatic. More good products equals a lot of users equal price up. It's very simple. It's not complicated. All right. So now, moving on to talk a little bit about the DEX. The first DEX, like I said, with the order book on the Ethereum blockchain world. With this order book, you guys know, I don't need to break this down to you, right? The current DEX landscape right now is only using an AMM, an automated market maker, right? The traditional one, actually. They're using the traditional one. And this automated market maker only allows you to swap. It doesn't allow you to do what you can do in the spot exchange, right? The functions that you can do. For example, the type of the orders. If you want to do like a limit order on an AMM, you cannot, right? So you need an order book in order to do that. So this order book is much better and much complete than the traditional AMM, and it has actually a built-in limit orders, stop limit orders, take profit orders, and also make orders. So this will all be available on our very unique DEX that we're building right now and making guys ready for you. And trust me, this one will bring a lot of people and will bring a lot of interest, because there's no such DEX out there in the market. There's only AMMs, swap, classic, traditional DEXs right now. People right now start to want actually to not only swap, but to have a limit order in the DEX. Right? They don't want to go to Binance to have a limit order, or go to Binance again because the only solution right now for them is to go to centralized exchange. If someone would like to have a different order, a stop limit order, a take profit order, a make order, cannot do it on the DEX right now. They can only go to Binance. So we are going to be the first DEX with an order book where people can do and actually do these things. So very excited, guys, because this actually will be out. The first phase will be out few hours after this AMA, and this is a revolutionary, guys, DEX that, trust me, will make a lot of noise in the market. In this DEX, there is a new liquidity pool that is actually extremely efficient, and it will reduce the impermanent loss. As you know, guys, the impermanent loss is a big issue for people who provide liquidity, you know? And permanent loss is when you provide liquidity, and then when the price of the token drop, you know, the value that actually you provided will actually drop. This is called the impermanent loss. This new DEX, when you're going to provide liquidity for this DEX, for the trading pairs, we have a very unique mechanism that's going to be very, very helping you to not actually, to avoid making the impermanent loss, and it's actually very efficient. And it's a very unique technology that we're going to be using. Again, it's going to surprise a lot of people out there in the DEX community. We talked about this with a lot of people that are in the development, actually in the blockchain world, and they're all very surprised how we can develop such a mechanism. We're going to be giving you guys more details about how POSI DEX will be probably having the less impermanent loss out there in the crypto landscape. All right. So this is about the DEX that is right now very, very special. And again, coming out to you guys, the first phase where you can swap stable tokens will be actually out a few hours after this AMA. So I do invite every POSI holders, every POSI users, if you want to swap from now on, don't go to PancakeSwap, ApeSwap, or any of the BNB chain classic DEX. Now you can do it on Position Exchange and benefit your project and benefit the price of POSI. Because again, there's a buyback and burn mechanism from the fee that we collect that we're going to be using to buyback and burn POSI, which is going to allow us to grow the price of POSI significantly as well as reduce its circulation. And this is something that we're going to be doing, guys. So we're waiting for the right amounts. We don't want to burn in small amounts. We're waiting for the big right amounts, the amounts that make sense to our analysts that actually will be efficient. Once we burn them, make a real impact in the chart and in the price. All right, so this is about the DEX that we're preparing and that we're going to be releasing to you guys very, very soon. Now, let me talk a little bit about the mobile app. The mobile app, guys, is in the reviewing phase, like we mentioned, from Google Play and App Store. They're reviewing the mobile app, and pretty soon you guys will be able to download it directly from this. And I think it's going to be perfect because the release time will be after we're going to release our DEX, our first real utility product. This is it, guys, because if for the trading protocol, there's not enough traders in our community, but for the DEX, everyone swaps. Every one of you guys listening to me right now in the AMA, you guys swap on a daily basis. You buy and sell tokens. Now we're bringing you a real product, this product. So when you swap and you buy and you buy any tokens on our DEX, we're going to be collecting fees, and these fees will be used to buy back and burn. Right. So this is for the DEX. For the mobile app is coming soon. A big commitment is actually going to be being sent to you guys from our developers. Justin wanted to inform our users and inform the community that we are committed to stay in this project and build. This is the words of Justin. He wants you guys to understand that this team behind this project will be here to build on a daily basis. Keep growing this project. We're building nonstop. We have the financial capacity again to do this for the next few years without even needing actually funds for that. So building is the spirit of this. And again, a message from Justin to not forget the DEX. The first phase of the DEX will be out after the AMA in a few hours. So keep watching for the team's announcement. All right, so this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me check my team behind me to see if I forgot anything in particular. They just want to actually encourage you to swap action our DEX once it's actually available. All right, guys. All right, now let's take a look at the people, because we do have a lot of people that's joining us. Maybe Dragon, you can remind me if there's anything you'd like to share with the community. I can work on and emphasize. Otherwise, we can open the chat for the community, and then I'll be happy to talk to you guys and answer some of your question here and live from this AMA. Let's see what Dragon has to say, and you guys stay with us because we're gonna pick few people and to receive some rewards after this AMA. Indeed. All right, yeah. So there's okay, sure. Thank you, Dragon, for reminding me at this point. I'm not gonna disclose a lot of information about this, but we're gonna have a new governance proposals about the harvest lookup periods, right? The harvest lookup periods. We're gonna be having, guys. We're gonna be submitting a governance proposal very soon to modify the harvest lookup period, guys. So this will, have a real positive impact. Be very ready to see the governance proposal. Your voices matter. You guys will be the one deciding on the adjustments that we're going to be doing in the harvest lookup period. I don't want to, guys, give you a lot of disclose a lot of information, because I need to make sure everything is set and ready. And then there's a proposal vote that is coming very soon. And then you guys will be able to say whether you want to make these changes or not. Again, the changes will be to to serve the best interest of the long-term holders, the project, the price of POSI, and everybody. All right, guys. So now it's been 25 minutes that we are on this AMA. Let's hear your questions, friends. All right, guys. You can open the chat, please, so I can take a look and try to answer the question. Let's open the chat. All right, guys, feel free to ask your question. We're going to be selecting a few people to win some rewards from those who are going to be asking. Make sure you ask relevant question, please. All right, Mr. Imposto Erubo. I hope I'm reading your names right. When will cross chain be released? I think Binance Smart Chain is a little expensive. All right, my friend, thank you for your question. POSI will eventually go cross-chain. It is on the plan, actually, in the next queue. And because right now, the most important thing we have to focus on is release our DEX. And once we do, we'll route our DEX through different chains. So our DEX in the future will not be only in BNB chain, but we'll have will be multi-chain, actually, and will allow people to swap in different chains. Next question, Mr. Dilson. The DEX will come out with our own router. Yes! The DEX is our own router. We're going to create our own decentralized exchange. We're not going to be routed anymore through PancakeSwap. Bye-bye PancakeSwap. From now on, Position Exchange is the DEX. So every single transaction you make, do it on our website, because we're going to collect fees and buy back and burn using these fees. All right? What is let me try to check. People asking about when the first buyback and burn. All right, for the question about the first buyback and burn, like I mentioned right now, like I mentioned earlier, we are right now. It's very important for us to gather a right amount, because burning a small amount is not effective, and also at this time of the market condition, it is not very interesting to boost the price of the POSI. We need to wait for the right time, as well as have the right amount of burn. That will be consequent. That will be as well after we release our DEX, and the DEX also will help collect the fees for the buyback and burn. So the right timing is perfect to boost the price of POSI and send it back to the moon again. So this is actually what should be studied very importantly. Binance listed. Someone asking about Binance listed. We informed you many times that we got contacted by Binance, and right now we're in discussion. So I cannot disclose information, and again, it's on their side. We cannot, we have to wait for Binance. Binance needs to decide and contact us soon. Is the DEX not on BNB? No, the DEX is on BNB, Crisco. The DEX will start on the BNB chain. Everything is going to be on Binance Smart Chain, previously called. Now it's BNB chain. Everything will be on there. So the DEX will be our own, not routed through any other exchange. It will be routed through our own exchange, and it's going to be on BNB chain. Is it possible Binance listing within 2-3 months? Well, yes, possible, but no comment. How small is the DEX slippage? This DEX got Christopher Felix. This is a very important question you have asked. The slippage in the DEX will be minimal. We will have the lowest slippage out there in the market. That's for sure. When is the decentralized trading protocol V2? All right, guys. So right now the team is the majority of the team is solely and mainly focused on releasing the DEX. The DEX will be released soon, and after we release the DEX, the first phase of the DEX, we're going to be releasing the V2 of the trading protocol. When is POSI V3 coming? All right. Okay, good question, because we have told you many times before that we are planning to migrate from POSI V2 to to POSI V3 because of the RFI fee. We would like to remove the 1% RFI fee from the existence, and we're gonna migrate POSI there. The thing is, the plan to migrate POSI is already set. Everything is actually ready, but we're really eagerly waiting to actually make sure we proceed with a very important listing. Number one, and number two, we want to make sure our DEX is released first, because I think right now the focus should be on the DEX rather than on the migration. Is anyone okay? All right, please. Why order book on Ethereum chain? No. It's not on Ethereum chain. Is on BNB chain. I said on the Ethereum blockchain world, not on the Ethereum blockchain. I don't mean that. I mean the Ethereum algorithm. Actually, there's no DEX with order book, but the DEX will be on BNB chain. All right, not on Ethereum. It's gonna be multi-chain in the future, but right now it will start on the BNB chain. When doxing and whose capital want to join to POSI? Almi, if you're new to Position Exchange, actually in this project we do not focus on individual people, but we do focus on the community. There is no need for anyone to dox because this project doesn't belong to the co-founders. This project belongs to the community, so we have to dox everyone in the community. That they are the owners of this project. Will the new swap list newly launched token or just the old and existing coins? Fun Book is asking about the tokens that are going to be swapped in our DEX. By the way, guys, in a DEX, everyone can add a trading pair. For example, if you would like to add a trading pair of any token, you just need to add your liquidity yourself, and you can open a trading pair. But this is not in the first phase. The first phase, guys, that's going to be released after a few hours after this AMA, is stablecoin swap. That's what we're going to do first. And then later, of course, we're going to open to all tokens, all coins, old ones, new ones. Anyone in the community can add a pair. You want to add a, I don't know, X USD pair, you can add X USD pair. It's up to you. It's nice to hear for DEX, and thanks for lots. When bonds are coming, I see a lot of people interested about the bonds. Mobile app. I talked about the mobile app. Can you put information on our website? How much fees we have collected for the buyback and burn? Transparency is very important. Of course, Suki. Transparency is very important. This is why everything happens on a blockchain. Everything we do actually is clear and transparent. We're gonna start displaying the information we burn, of course, to everybody with the smart contract and all the details. But first of all, we're waiting for the first burn, because right now talking about this right now doesn't make sense for the project, because the buyback and burn is not the most important thing, and people focus on it a lot. But they need to focus on the features. And talking about buyback and burn right now will shift the focus from the product and to this mechanism. What is the most favorite feature on the DEX that is different from others? The most special is order book. There is no DEX out there with an order book. An order book allows you to do not only a swap, but as well different types of order. Stop limit. For example, you want to buy POSI. You want to buy POSI when it reaches this price. You can set this price. You can say, I will buy POSI once it's reached $1 with this amount, and then you can fix in our DEX. And once the POSI reaches $1, your order will be executed. That's called a limit order. And you have stop limit, take profit, and all these stuff, and also make orders. We do have them a lot. Yes, Lucky, I answered your message. Yes, we miss James. Thank you very much, my friend. I miss you too. Is POSI blockchain? I'm not gonna give you guys a lot of information about POSI blockchain because it's not the AMA for it right now. Can you explain again the new pool? What do you mean about the new pool? You mean the new DEX? Yes, the new DEX will have also its own pools. Every pair will have a farming pool where you guys can add liquidity and also farm tokens there and generate rewards. The DEX will be on BNB chain. Okay, guys. Let me clarify. Our DEX will be on the BNB chain. All right, understood. All right. Now, what I said about Ethereum is there's no DEX with order book in Ethereum or BNB chain or whatever. I said the Ethereum blockchain world because the Ethereum blockchain world is the biggest one. All right. the proof of stake kind of algorithm is following. It's Ethereum that's actually started that. So on this world, there's no DEX with the order book. We're the first ever. Our DEX will be on BNB chain. Yes, the DEX will come today, Jilson, from today, a few hours after this AMA. More questions. I try to answer, guys, the most relevant questions. DEX will have how many slippage? Is it higher than PancakeSwap? Our DEX will actually have lower slippage than PancakeSwap. It will have the lowest slippage out there with our, because we combine both the AMM and the order book in a very special mechanism. Are we going to create our own ecosystem? Yes, Diana, we're working on creating our own ecosystem. We're going to have a trading protocol. We're going to have a DEX. We're going to have an NFT feature, a staking protocol, and much more. When guys, you're asking about a Posey blockchain, yes, Posey blockchain development started. It started already. It's not like a plan. Posey blockchain is real. I believe you are the best. Thank you very much. After our own router will be there, it will be an option to swap from PancakeSwap router. Is it gone forever for good? No. Once our router is there, when you swap on our position exchange, you don't swap through PancakeSwap. Bye-bye, PancakeSwap. We say bye-bye to them. We have been using their router for so long. Right now, it's time for us to make our own DEX, and benefit for it. Because when you swap on PancakeSwap router, they get the fees. They make money on our back. So we're not doing that anymore. Hi, James. Security Certic. While Luna situation one happened to Posey. Security and Certic actually went down. Not went down, but they reduced the security. They reduced Certic on their website. Reduced security for everyone on the blockchain because the Luna and the Terra blockchain was actually certified very, very secure. So after it happens, they are very careful and they try to lower a little bit the node. So it's very normal. It's a very normal thing that they do. Our total supplies will increase or not? No, our total supplies is not planning to increase right now. It's not going to increase again. I don't say it's not impossible. Because again, the project belongs to the community, and if the community decides to increase the total supplies, this will happen. Everything belongs to the community. The decision is theirs. The order book DEX is on BNB chain, not Ethereum chain. You guys understood me wrong. Sorry. Maybe I made that a little bit confusing. Advantage from Posey DEX compared to PancakeSwap. Posey DEX has less impermanent loss. Posey DEX has less slippage, lower slippage. Posey DEX has many functions. Limit orders, take profit orders, make orders, and stop limit orders. All these, they don't exist in PancakeSwap. Alright? I see a lot of suggestions. It's very important. What is the target price at the end of the year 2022? I can't give you a very fixed one again, but I do expect again to surpass the all-time high. We're still like, personally speaking, I'm thinking around $40 by the end of this year. Yes, you heard me right. No, you're not dreaming. You heard me right. Will there be a multi-chain farming as well? Yes, of course, because once our DEX go multi-chain, we will have actually pools in Ethereum block network, in BNB network, and all the other networks that we go multi-chain on. Of course, because the DEX need pools to work. One project bond. A lot of guys are asking about bonds. You guys are excited about bonds. What is the use of the launchpad? The launchpad will allow projects actually to launch their own bonds and raise funds. That's the use of it. By any chance, our total supplies will exceed in the future, like Terra? No. Our total supply will not increase in the future. We don't have the right to mint Posey like Terra does. All right. In our smart contract, no one has the right. The team does not have the right to mint any single Posey. Please, I want to buy Posey, but I can't connect my Trust wallet. The admins can try to support you, give you some technical support. As we know, the max supply is limited to 100, but it's possible for the team to change in the future. No. It's not possible for the team to mint more tokens. It's not possible. When other project bonds release in our bond launch pads, we're right now focusing on the DEX, guys. The DEX is the main focus, so we didn't focus on other stuff.
I think this community will benefit from more frequent AMA. Thank you for the team and for everything you do. Thanks you very much, Izzy, for this suggestion. Love you, James. Thank you very much, my friend. Disagree about the importance of buyback and burn due to inflation of the tokens. You need to act in a short period to help with, otherwise will decrease will continue. Jeff, Mr. Jeff, the thing is, all the fees that we collect will be used to buy back and burn. Whether we use it now or we use it in 2 months, the same amount will be burned. So, for example, right now, if we collect in $1,000 per day, so if we burn $1,000 per day, or wait until we have a $500,000 in burn, it's the same thing. So the same amount of burn. The burn need to be consequent, because if we burn $1,000 every day, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help, bring the hype to the price. It doesn't do anything actually. All right. So what we're trying to do is have the right amount, and also once we are ready and our DEX is ready to make the pump very big. Trust me, we want POSI price to go up, so we're going to be acting in the benefits of POSI price. All right. Credit card, fiat, question like this, give update about DTP. Because earlier we focused on discussing more about DTP and everyone's speaking about the DEX only. The DEX right now is the DEX right now is the topic of the hour. This is what's going to be released very soon. That's what we're going to be doing. So this is why everyone is talking about it. Let's first release the first part of our DEX after the end of this AMA, a few hours after the end of this AMA. We will wait. The surprise for this AMA, the surprise is to increase the APR for staking. No APR increase. Sorry, my friend. What about our liquidity? POSI BNB, will it be removed to our own router? Yes, it will be migrated to our own router. Don't worry about it. We're going to migrate the liquidity from PancakeSwap to our own router. So that's for sure. Total coin applied, $38 for sure, $40. Yeah, $40 is our actually this at the end of the year expectations. A real expectation, guys. I'm not giving you guys a fake hope. No, we're believing $40 in our team. It's serious, not joking. All right. No answer. Need answer, guys. I'm trying to answer. Guys, the irrelevant question. I cannot answer all questions. Some of them are really relevant, repeating themselves, and some of them really irrelevant. Will POSI add liquidity for a few pair? Yes, of course. We're gonna add some liquidity for the few pair once we're gonna launch that. Will there be any mechanism about for pairs liquidity added? Of course, we're gonna have a mechanism to avoid that. It's important to not allow to use. Yeah, of course of course, there's a mechanism in any DEX. There's such a mechanism. Guys, all right. Few more questions so we can wrap up this AMA. Total coin supply. Total coin supply is not changing, my friend. I've just answered this question. What is the reward token for the new liquidity pool? Is it POSI? Will that create inflation? We're gonna inform you guys about the reward for the liquidity pools, guys, very soon. Which pools will be using POSI and which pools will be using other tokens. Can you talk about partners and venues and avenues will join us? Yes, right. Of course, guys. Right now, since we are in the phase of launching our own DEX, so a lot of projects will be actually needing to contact us in order to actually list their own tokens. So we're going to be having a lot of partnerships and a lot of pools. We're going to have a bunch of pools. TikTok competition will be great. All right, guys. So I think I'm seeing some questions that are repeating themselves. I'm answering, guys, your question again and again. So to not make this AMA very long, and also to let you guys, let's just recap very quickly. Have a very quick recap, guys. All right. So number one moment, guys. Let me get the recap. Number one, the current market situation and how we're adapting to it. How we're very different from Luna. How we're completely decentralized. All right. Number two, our special DEX phase 1 is coming today. The first ever DEX with an order book. Swapping of stablecoin will be coming out today, a few hours after this AMA. Please be there and use our swap. Stop using PancakeSwap. Go use our swap because we collect the fees for buyback and burn. The mobile app will be released very soon on App Store and Google Play, and our team will be here for the next years to build. This project will be on the top of the blockchain world. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you also for
for all your support, all your love, all your love being here and trusting in this project. This project will not fail you. Our promise is always the same. Position Exchange will be on the top of the crypto, DEX world at the end of this year. It's not something that we say; it's something that we will actually do. So thank you guys for believing in Position Exchange. This project will not fail you. This project will be unique with its features, with 100% governed by the community. 80% of the tokens belong to the community. A very transparent, very clear, and unique product people use. Thank you very much. Wish you guys have a very, very good end of evening or night or day. I'll see you very soon, and bye-bye.